Far to the north, above the Arctic Circle, lies an island of extraordinary beauty. It is a place where nature has sculpted a masterpiece. This island is called Senja. It is Norway's second largest island, yet it feels like a world away from our bustling lives. Here the air is crisp and clean, and the silence is broken only by the call of a seabird or the gentle rustle of leaves. Senja is often called Norway in miniature because it holds all the country's famous landscapes within its shores. It is a land of dramatic contrasts, where jagged peaks plunge into deep, tranquil waters, and lush green valleys stretch out beneath them. This is a journey into a world where nature still reigns supreme. Imagine a place where the rhythm of life is dictated not by a clock, but by the sun and the seasons. In Senja, time seems to slow down. The island sits in the county of Troms og Finnmark, a remote and wild part of Norway. To reach it is to travel to the edge of the world, where civilization gives way to untamed wilderness. The island is connected to the mainland by a bridge, but crossing it feels like stepping into another realm entirely. The roads here wind and curve, following the dramatic coastline and revealing one breathtaking view after another. It is a place that invites you to stop, to breathe, and simply to be present in the moment. Senja's story is written in its rocks, its waters, and its resilient plant life. It is an ancient land, carved and shaped by immense glaciers during the last ice age. These powerful forces of nature created the island's distinctive features, the sharp, pointed mountains, and the deep U-shaped valleys that are now filled with the cold, clear water of the Norwegian Sea. The island's coastline is a long and intricate puzzle of inlets, bays, and small, secluded beaches. It is a place where one can feel a deep connection to the Earth's long and powerful history, a history that is visible in every stone and every cliff face that you see. Our journey through Senja will be a gentle one. We will explore its diverse landscapes, from the towering peaks that seem to touch the sky to the quiet forests that carpet the island's interior. We will discover the creatures that call this island home, each one perfectly adapted to its unique environment. We will also witness how the island transforms with the changing of the seasons, each one bringing its own special kind of magic. This is not just a story about a place. It is an invitation to experience the profound peace and wonder that can be found when we immerse ourselves in the natural world. It is a chance to see nature at its most pure and powerful. The mountains of Senja are the island's backbone. They are not merely hills. They are great jagged spires of rock that rise dramatically from the sea. Some call them the dragon's teeth because of their sharp, pointed shapes. These peaks, such as the famous Segla, seem to have been sculpted by a giant's hand. They stand as silent sentinels, watching over the fjords below. Their slopes are steep and often covered in a thin layer of hardy grass and moss, clinging tenaciously to the rocky ground. In the clear northern light, their ancient grey stone can take on shades of blue, purple, and even gold. They are a constant, powerful presence, defining the very character of the island. Climbing these mountains is a challenge, but the reward is a view that can take your breath away. From the top, the world unfolds like a map. You can see the intricate coastline stretching out for miles, a complex pattern of land and water. The fjords look like long blue ribbons weaving their way between the peaks. On a clear day, you might even see the distant islands of the Lofoten archipelago on the horizon. It is up here, in the vast emptiness of the sky, that one can truly appreciate the scale and grandeur of Senja's landscape. The wind whispers old secrets, and the silence is so complete that you can almost hear the beating of your own heart. The geology of these mountains tells a story that is millions of years old. They are primarily made of ancient granite and gneiss, some of the oldest rocks on our planet. You can see the layers and folds in the rock, evidence of the immense pressures and heat that form them deep within the Earth's crust. Over countless millennia, these rocks were pushed upwards, and then the great ice sheets of the Ice Age carved them into the dramatic shapes we see today. These glaciers acted like giant chisels, gouging out deep valleys and sharpening the peaks into their iconic forms. Every rock and every cliff face is a page in Earth's long, slow history book. Even if you do not climb to the very top, the mountains offer countless moments of quiet beauty. There are trails that wind around their bases, leading through gentle valleys and along the shores of mountain lakes. Here you can sit by a crystal-clear stream and listen to the sound of water trickling over stones. You can watch as clouds drift slowly across the peaks, their shadows moving across the landscape like gentle giants. The mountains of Senja are more than just rock. They are a source of inspiration, a place of solitude, and a powerful reminder of the enduring beauty of the natural world. The sea is an inseparable part of Senja's identity. It is the Norwegian Sea, a part of the vast Atlantic Ocean, and its waters are deep, cold, and full of life. The sea has carved the island's coastline into a work of art, creating the long, narrow inlets known as fjords. These fjords are like calm, watery corridors that reach deep into the heart of the island, their surfaces often as smooth as glass. They reflect the sky and the surrounding mountains perfectly, creating a stunning mirror image that blurs the line between water and air. The colors of the water change with the light, from a deep, mysterious navy blue to a brilliant, almost tropical turquoise in shallow, sandy bays. To travel on the water is to see Senja from a completely different perspective. In a small boat or a kayak, you can glide silently through the fjords, feeling incredibly small next to the towering cliffs that rise on either side. You can explore hidden coves and beaches that are inaccessible by land. The only sounds are the gentle dip of your paddle in the water and the distant cry of a gull. It is in these moments of profound quiet that you can feel the immense peace of this place. The water is so clear that you can often see the kelp forests swaying gently on the seabed below, a hidden world teeming with life. The sea around Senja is not just beautiful, it is also incredibly rich. The cold, nutrient-filled waters support a vast and complex ecosystem. This is one of the world's most productive fishing grounds, home to enormous stocks of cod, halibut, and herring. For centuries, fishing has been the lifeblood of the communities here, a deep and enduring relationship between the people and the sea. You can still see the traditional fishing villages with their colorful wooden houses or råbur clustered around the harbors. These villages are a testament to the resilience and hardiness of the people who have made their living from these bountiful yet sometimes unforgiving waters. The rhythm of the tides is a constant presence on the island. Twice a day the sea breathes in and out, revealing and concealing the shoreline. At low tide, the beaches become wider, exposing rocks covered in seaweed and creating small pools where crabs and starfish can be found. The changing tides create powerful currents in the narrow straits between islands, a visible display of the ocean's immense energy. This constant ebb and flow is a reminder of the powerful natural cycles that govern life on Senja, a rhythm that has continued for thousands of years and will continue for thousands more. While Senja is famous for its dramatic coastline, the island's interior holds a different kind of beauty. Here you will find ancient forests, peaceful and full of life. These are not dense, dark jungles, but rather open woodlands of birch and pine. The downy birch is the most common tree, its slender white trunk a beautiful contrast against the green undergrowth. In some places, these trees form a light, airy canopy that allows sunlight to dapple the forest floor. Walking through these woods feels like stepping into a fairy tale. The air is filled with the scent of pine needles, damp earth, and the sweet fragrance of wildflowers in the summer. The forest floor is a miniature world of its own, a soft carpet of mosses, lichens and ferns. Bright red lingonberries and juicy blue bilberries grow in abundance, providing food for both animals and people. A variety of mushrooms also emerge from the soil, especially in the autumn, with their fascinating shapes and colors. These forests are quiet places where the loudest sound is often the buzzing of a bee or the gentle song of a bird hidden in the branches. It is a place to slow down, to look closely, and to appreciate the small, intricate details of the natural world that we so often overlook in our busy lives. These forests are not just collections of trees. They are living communities. They provide a vital habitat for many of the island's animals. You might find the tracks of a moose that has passed through, or hear the chattering of a red squirrel as it leaps from branch to branch. Birds like the willow tit and the great spotted woodpecker make their homes in the trees. The forest provides shelter from the harsh winds that can sweep across the island, creating a more protected and gentle environment. They are a crucial part of the island's ecosystem, helping to regulate the flow of water and to create fertile soil. In the heart of Senja lies Onderdalen National Park, a protected area that preserves some of the island's most pristine pine forests. Some of the pine trees here are over 500 years old, ancient giants with gnarled, twisted trunks that tell a story of survival through centuries of long winters and short summers. Walking among these old trees is a humbling experience. They have stood in this spot for longer than any human lifetime, silent witnesses to the changing seasons and the slow march of time. The park is a sanctuary, a place where nature is left to follow its own course, ensuring that these beautiful ancient forests will be preserved for generations to come. Senja is not just a landscape of rock and water. It is a place that is truly alive, teeming with a remarkable variety of wildlife. The animals here are perfectly adapted to the challenges of life in the Arctic. The largest land animal on the island is the moose, or elg as it is known in Norway. These magnificent creatures, the kings of the forest, can often be seen grazing peacefully in the valleys or among the birch trees, especially during the quiet hours of dawn and dusk. Seeing a moose with its impressive antlers and gentle demeanor is, well, an unforgettable experience, a true encounter with the wild spirit of the north. The skies and seas around Senja are also full of life. The island is, quite simply, a paradise for bird watchers. Along the coast, majestic white-tailed sea eagles soar on the wind, their enormous wingspan making them easy to spot. They can be seen perched on cliffs or diving with incredible speed to catch a fish from the water. Puffins, with their colourful beaks and comical walk, nest in large colonies on some of the outlying islands during the summer. Guillemots, cormorants and gulls are also a constant presence, their calls forming the soundtrack of the coastline. These birds connect the land, sea and air in a web of life. In the waters of the fjords, you may be lucky enough to witness some of the ocean's most intelligent creatures. Pods of harbour porpoises are a common sight, their small fins breaking the surface as they hunt for fish. Occasionally, larger whales, such as orcas and humpback whales, will enter the fjords, following the great schools of herring. Seeing a whale surface, its breath hanging in the cold air, is a moment of pure magic. Seals are also frequently seen, either swimming gracefully in the water or basking lazily on the rocks along the shore, their curious faces watching as you pass by. Even the smaller creatures play a vital role in Senja's ecosystem. The hardy reindeer can be seen grazing on the mountain plateaus, their thick coats protecting them from the cold. These reindeer are semi-domesticated and belong to the indigenous Sami people who have herded them for centuries. In the forests, you might catch a glimpse of a red fox trotting silently through the trees, or an ermine, its coat turning pure white in winter as camouflage against the snow. Every animal, from the largest moose to the smallest lemming, is honestly an integral part of this incredible natural tapestry. Summer in Senja is a time of endless daylight. Because the island is located so far north of the Arctic Circle, the sun does not set for several weeks, from late May to late July. This phenomenon is known as the midnight sun. Imagine, if you will, a day that never ends, where the sun simply circles the sky, dipping low towards the horizon around midnight before beginning to climb again. This perpetual daylight bathes the landscape in a soft, magical glow. The colors are different from those of a normal day. The light is warmer, more golden, and it casts long, gentle shadows that stretch across the valleys. This constant light has a profound effect on life. The plants grow with incredible speed, taking full advantage of the 24-hour sunlight. The fields and meadows burst into a riot of color, with vibrant wildflowers blooming everywhere you look. The birds are active at all hours, their songs filling the air day and night. For people, it can be a strange and wonderful experience. Time seems to lose its meaning. You can go for a hike or a swim at midnight, with the sun still shining brightly in the sky. It is a time of energy and celebration, a brief but intense period of life and growth. The warmth of summer brings a new character to the island. The snow on all but the highest peaks has melted, revealing the green slopes beneath. The water in the fjords warms up just enough for a brave swimmer to take a quick, refreshing dip. The island is alive with activity. People are out enjoying the long days, fishing, hiking and kayaking. The air is mild, and the gentle breeze carries the scent of the sea and the wildflowers. It is a time when Senja feels at its most welcoming and gentle, a paradise of light and life. One of the most beautiful experiences is to find a quiet spot on the western coast and watch the midnight sun. You can sit on a white sandy beach at Haukland or Ersfjord and see the sun touch the horizon of the open ocean without ever disappearing. The sky is painted with incredible colors, shades of orange, pink and red that seem to last for hours. It is a deeply peaceful and awe-inspiring sight. In these quiet moments, under the soft glow of the sun that never sets, you can feel a profound connection to the rhythms of the planet and the magic of the Arctic summer. As the endless days of summer begin to shorten, Senja prepares for a spectacular transformation. Autumn, or Høst in Norwegian, arrives in September and paints the island in a breathtaking palette of colors. The lush greens of summer give way to brilliant shades of yellow, orange, and deep red. The birch forests in particular become a sea of gold, their leaves shimmering in the crisp autumn light. The ground cover on the mountainsides turns a fiery crimson, creating a stunning contrast with the dark grey rock of the peaks. It is as if the island is putting on one last, magnificent show before the long sleep of winter. The air in autumn is different. It is clear, cool and crisp, and the visibility is often exceptional, making the distant mountains appear even sharper and closer. The low-lying sun casts a warm, golden light across the landscape for much of the day, making the colors even more intense. This is a wonderful time for hiking. The trails are quieter than in summer, and the experience is one of peace and solitude. Walking through a golden birch forest, with the leaves crunching under your feet and the air filled with the earthy smell of decay, is a truly sensory experience. Autumn is also a time of harvest. The berries that grew under the midnight sun are now ripe for picking. Bright red lingonberries and deep blue bilberries cover the forest floor, and many locals spend their days gathering this natural bounty. It is also the season for mushrooms, and knowledgeable foragers can find a wide variety of edible fungi. This connection to the land and its seasonal gifts is an important part of the local culture. It is a time of gathering and preparing for the winter ahead, a rhythm that has been followed for generations. As autumn progresses, the days grow shorter and the nights grow longer and darker. This return of darkness brings with it the first possibility of seeing another of the Arctic's great wonders. In late September and October, if the conditions are right, the first northern lights of the season may appear in the night sky. The first snow often falls on the highest peaks, a white dusting that signals the coming change. Autumn on Senja is a fleeting but incredibly beautiful season, a time of dramatic color, peaceful reflection, and quiet anticipation for the winter to come. Winter on Senja is a season of profound quiet and breathtaking beauty. From late November to late January, the sun does not rise above the horizon. This period is known as the polar night. It is not, however, a time of complete darkness. For several hours each day, around noon, the sky is filled with a soft, ethereal twilight. The colors are subtle and magical, shades of deep blue, soft pink, and pale violet. This gentle light reflects off the snow-covered landscape, creating a world that seems to be dreaming. The silence is profound, broken only by the crunch of snow underfoot or the whisper of the wind. The island is transformed into a winter wonderland. A thick blanket of pure white snow covers everything, smoothing the sharp edges of the mountains and turning the forests into a magical scene. The branches of the birch and pine trees are heavy with snow, and the fjords are often fringed with ice. The world seems simpler, reduced to the basic elements of snow, rock, and the dark, still water. Despite the cold, it is a time of great beauty and peace. The air is incredibly clean and crisp, and every breath feels fresh and invigorating. Winter is the best time to witness the most spectacular light show on Earth, the Aurora Borealis, or the Northern Lights. On clear, dark nights, the sky can come alive with dancing curtains of green, purple, and sometimes even red light. These lights are caused by particles from the sun interacting with the Earth's atmosphere. To stand under a sky filled with the aurora is a truly humbling and unforgettable experience. The lights move silently, shifting and changing shape, sometimes appearing as a gentle glow, and at other times as a vibrant, fast-moving river of light across the entire sky. Life continues on Senja, even in the deep of winter. The fishing boats still head out into the fjords, as this is the prime season for the great Arctic cod. People enjoy the winter landscape by cross-country skiing through the silent forests or snowshoeing up into the hills. In the evenings they gather in their warm, cozy homes with candles lit and a fire burning in the hearth. Winter on Senja is not a time of hibernation, but a time of quiet beauty, community and a deep appreciation for the light, both the soft twilight of the day and the magical light of the aurora at night. Our journey through the seasons of Senja is now coming to an end. We have seen the island in all its different moods, the endless light of summer, the fiery colors of autumn, and the quiet, magical twilight of winter. We have stood on its majestic mountains, glided across its serene fjords, and walked through its ancient forests. We have glimpsed the wildlife that calls this remarkable place home. Senja is more than just a beautiful island. It is a living, breathing entity, a place where the power and artistry of nature are on full display. It is a world that operates on a different time scale, governed by the slow, powerful rhythms of the planet. The true magic of Senja lies in the feeling it gives you. It is a feeling of peace, of wonder, and of being a small part of something vast and ancient. It is in the silence of a snow-covered valley, the sound of a whale's breath in a quiet fjord, or the sight of the midnight sun touching the ocean. These are the moments that stay with you long after you have left. They are moments that reconnect us with the natural world and remind us of its profound importance in our lives. Senja invites us to slow down, to observe, and to listen. Even from far away, you can close your eyes and imagine being there. Picture the sharp dragon-tooth peaks rising from the turquoise water. Feel the crisp, clean air on your face. Hear the cry of a sea eagle soaring high above. Imagine the soft, golden light of the midnight sun, or the silent, dancing colors of the aurora in the dark winter sky. Senja is a place that captures the imagination and soothes the soul. It is a reminder that there are still wild, beautiful, and peaceful places left on our planet waiting to be discovered. This island is a masterpiece, sculpted by ice and time, and painted by the unique light of the Arctic. It offers a glimpse into a world where nature is still the dominant force, a world of raw beauty and quiet solitude. Whether you dream of hiking under the endless summer sun or watching the northern lights dance in the winter sky, Senja holds a special kind of magic. It is a testament to the enduring power and incredible beauty of our natural world, a treasure of the north that continues to inspire awe and wonder in all who experience it.